Welcome to Short Conversation. I'm your host, Too Short. I got a special host with me, T-Mac, and a special guest with me. And I call both of them special. They my brothers.
Ain't no question.
Slim.
Yes, sir.
You know, because this ain't our first round with this, but we got a new topic today.
Ooh. Are you ready?
Ooh, you want to enlighten them, T-Mac? I know you ready.
This thing is juicy right here.
Is the world ready?
Yeah, man. You know, hey, you ain't got a phone. If you don't know nothing about what's in the air right now with this 50 Cent and Meech thing, man.
Oh, man.
You ain't even on planet Earth, man. You know what I'm saying? And we tuning in not from a messy perspective.
No, sir.
We tuning in from a federal perspective.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Lived it.
A federal perspective. You know what I'm saying? We ain't taking no sides. We taking the side.
The side.
You know what I'm saying? The true side.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We talking about 3 men sitting before you. Every one of us done served 24 years. You know what I'm talking
about? Put the
about?
months on that too. Put the months on that.
Before y'all dive off to that.
Put all mines on that, bro. Put all mines on that.
Let's just share. Let's just enlighten the people about that.
Roll
call.
I was indicted in '95. I was sentenced to life in prison in 2000.
Say that.
I got out in 2019.
Okay.
That's due to Trump. Well, Obama started the Fair Sentencing Act.
Okay.
He started it, but Trump came in and made it retroactive so we can benefit from it.
Got a chance to see us now.
So I was released in 2019, and that's how I got out.
Say that.
Yes,
and
sir.
We all know that anytime somebody got a long sentence or a sentence, in order to get out early, it's some type of paperwork to go with that.
Yes,
a judge
sir.
got to sign off on the opinion.
It
Yes,
got to be reasons.
You got to get pardon or a pardon or clemency.
Yes,
Point
sir.
blank period.
You know,
Point blank, yeah.
it's some type of paperwork to go with that.
Yes,
period.
sir.
You just don't get out.
You get a compensation of sentence. That means your sentence get reduced. And it's paperwork to go to that, though.
Exactly.
It's not. It's just don't. Hey, man, that man got out. Praise the whoever you praise. No, sir. It don't go like that. No.
So what was you facing? What was you sentenced to?
The same thing. And I'm gonna go a little further into I came left. I think a year after y'all was 1996. I fell in 96, and I came home in 2020. But let's speak on the part of how the government got all these people on this indictment now. You know what I'm saying? And talking. So we gonna touch on, you know what I'm saying, how one go to trial and one cooperate with the government.
Point blank.
It ain't no middle. Ain't no middle ground.
Come on, man. Talk.
Yes, sir.
Talk. I feel in 98. You know, 98, went to trial in 99, lost my trial, was sentenced to 420 months. 35 years.
Yeah.
35 years.
Yeah.
Direct appeal shot down.
Yeah.
Certiorari shot down.
Yeah.
Successor 2255. Gun down. I'm talking about.
And got all the legal issues.
I'm talking about gun down. I had one of my co-defendants was the main suspect in a murder.
Yes.
They was willing to put his murder under the carpet to secure my conviction. You see what I'm saying?
Woo.
I had the same co-defendant that was a main suspect in a murder, suspect in a murder. They took this conviction just of his main testimony. He was my star witness. So in order for his testimony to stand against me, they cuffed his murder, which I had in my paperwork, the evidence that the Chicago police had against him. Beeper at the scene, brother gunned down. I'm like, damn.
I need to ask you this one question.
Go ahead.
Is that the same brother that I caught up with in Victorville?
Of course, that's the same
That's
one.
the same
The one that had 4 aliases.
That I had to say, get that way.
Get that way. Hit the door.
Get that way, or
dude.
Or
get that way.
Okay.
So we talking that talk. We talking that fair talk. Let me get back to it though.
Okay.
So this mom's just trying to go a little bit deep and give me goosebumps and it's trauma.
Okay.
This is a little bit it's traumatic just reliving this.
Okay.
But this mom just trying to go to the extent that the government will go when they want to get their man.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
I had
sir.
the same individual they cuffed as murder, got on the stand in my trial, and even though I had a Sixth Amendment right to face my accuser, doing cross-examination, he pled the Fifth Amendment.
Ain't that something?
You know, the old man, they played the he went on the stand intentionally to try to get one of the guys out and testify on his behalf. And then when they tried to cross-examine him, the old man played the Fifth.
Right. Tried
to contaminate the mind of the jury in a good way. And when he refused to testify, do the cross-examination, when the government crossed him, he played the Fifth. Guess what the government did to the old man's testimony?
What?
Struck everything.
Struck everything.
Struck everything. And instructed the juror to disregard everything he just said. Go.
And let me say something.
Talk to him.
He's just not coming off his head with this. This is in the books.
Come on, man.
You can read this.
Just like that.
Paperwork.
Just like that.
We talking about, don't forget, we talking about this paperwork.
And so we going to the extent that the government go to convict. Go, sure. Come on.
Go, sure.
You know, we get excited, we start talking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I want to keep this on track, though.
Okay, go, my fault.
You said you were sentenced to 435 months.
Now, 420 months, which is 35 years.
420 months.
Yes, sir.
How did you get out early?
Oh, man. The Johnson versus United States. You know, I told you after everything was shot down, you know, everything was shot down.
Every appeal.
I'm talking about every appeal. You know, we trial dudes. You know what I'm saying? You ain't no going back to court for no child support.
No, none of that.
Ain't no way to get back in that courtroom, man.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way back into that courtroom when you a trial dude.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? By some constitutional law being overturned by the courts.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
That's facts.
So God had it his way that the Johnson versus United States was overturned, where they found that they ruled that the residual, they ruled that the 924, the 12, they ruled that the kidnapping case that I was charged with, you know what I'm saying? They used to throw a gun with it, because they said every kidnap was violent. You know what I'm saying? The courts ruled that if you can kidnap one way without a gun,
yes, sir,
then every kidnap can't get a gun.
Can't get a gun. Not everyone.
They can't get a gun.
That only makes
sense.
But
my
sense,
sentence, they gave me a gun. See, that was the issue I had with the rapper T.I. They was saying I was calling him high. I wasn't calling him high. I was just letting him know, man, I got a 924C. I ain't even have no gun. They just gave me a gun.
Right.
And that carried 5 years. And I didn't even have a gun. So imagine me listening to anybody talking about they got a gun case with a year, and I know the statute of a 924C. So I wasn't calling nobody, because we don't do that. We go all we don't say that. The paperwork say that.
And mind you.
You see what I'm talking about? We paperwork dudes.
That's right.
You see what I'm talking about? We paperwork dudes.
I want to mention it now. Don't forget, we stayed in the law library. So what he's saying,
come on,
this is factual,
come on,
bro.
Man.
This is what we did.
Come on. So we say all that to say this, man. The brother, that was 420 months.
Yes,
Johnson
sir.
versus United States got me back in the court. I had to find a successor 2255, because they had shot my original one down. But because there was a new ruling in the courts, I was able to go back into the courts because there was a new law.
Right.
So I was able to go back and do a successor 2255 based on a new changing of the law.
Yeah.
I was back in the courts.
Yes, sir.
I was back in the courts based on the Johnson versus United States.
But it's paperwork to that.
And
yeah, it was paperwork, most definitely.
Okay, that's what we talking
the
about.
judge made an opinion on it, right?
Oh man, listen.
A judge made an opinion on it, right?
Had to be. It had to be. I would still be in the joint.
And you got that paperwork, right?
Come on, listen. Not now I got the paperwork. I had a judgment. When you get your sentence in the federal system, you get a judgment of commitment. It's like your receipt.
Yes, sir.
It's like your receipt.
For your early release.
Ain't no question. It's paperwork.
Right.
It's paperwork, early release. You see what I'm talking about? So I had to go before the court. I had to put my successor 25. Judge had to approve it, stamp it, acknowledge it,
yes, sir.
send it back to court.
No,
We're gonna take a look at it.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I know I got my paperwork, but the judge made his opinion. Sent it, I received it.
Come on.
And I ain't got no problem with showing it.
That's
Come on.
right.
It's an honor. Real dudes, honor. It's honor in there.
My paperwork is in my truck right now.
I'm putting mine in the truck now. So
my paperwork is in my truck
right now. You riding around with it, Slim?
I ride around
You ain't riding around with no paperwork.
I'm burnt out, y'all.
I ain't got my
I'm burnt out.
Listen,
What you got?
I got my paperwork on my phone. I just ain't got my opinion on my phone.
Right.
Oh, that's
I got
too
the
extensive,
paperwork
ain't
on the
it?
phone.
Your opinion too extensive. That's a lot of
Yeah.
going back and forth.
Yes, sir.
But mine ain't no secret.
Come
you know
on,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Come on, man. So what we saying is,
Yeah.
man, you life sentence. You had to have a ruling from a judge to get that life turned
Correct.
out. Life had to get it. I
Yes,
had
sir.
35, and for me to get out with 24, I
Yep.
had to have a judge, you know what I'm saying, acknowledge my 2255, successor 2255, and instruct the court to send me back to court to get this straightened out. You see what I'm talking about? And then once I got back straightened out, They had took my original judgment commitment that said I had 420 months. And when he decided to give me my new sentence, I got a new judgment commitment.
Yes.
Not only did I have a judgment commitment, it had the statement of reasons.
Yeah.
There's a statement of reason that was attached to my judgment commitment.
That's right.
And they got boxes for everything you can think about.
Yes, sir.
That why he's changing his sentence. They had a box on that statement of reason for everything you can imagine.
Right. So
everything you can imagine.
So my thing is,
talk to me, Show.
We can't stroll the internet without seeing something, reading something, or hearing something about this 50 Cent Big Meech.
Talk
right?
to us.
Yes.
Let's go.
So
Let's
the thing
dive in.
is, though, it's troubling to me.
Okay.
That so many people is voicing their opinion and they have a lack of knowledge about how the federal system works.
Say that.
How do y'all feel about that?
Well, like I said, experience is the best teacher.
Talk to him.
See, when we lived and done that, when we just gave you, we left in 96. I didn't come back home to 2020. What do you think I was doing those years? We was in them law libraries. See, people was out here they was just out here just whispering the gin, you know how we call it. They was out here just thinking what they know about the federal law. They didn't go through it. We went through it. We know how to break all this shit down.
Period.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So therefore, all this stuff we hear with Big Meech, 50 and all them, let's set the record straight.
Period.
Set the record straight.
Come on, man. Me, to be real, man. We in them Desmond Chris we called prison. There was two things that real men never had associated with their name, man. It's two things.
Two things. Listen, y'all.
Homosexuality.
Yes, sir.
And being called a snitch. Them two things real men die for. That honor to keep your name clear from those two things.
Yes, sir.
Men willing to die. You know what I'm saying? Before I'm a real
Not
man.
willing, have died.
And another thing, a real man, knowing the type of suspiciousness and type of confusion that was inside the federal system, never even gave you a chance to ask for their paperwork.
No, sir.
Before you can ask for a paperwork, you get a cell in your room. That's the first thing they dropping down.
Correct.
Some penitentiaries, but that's how they introduce themselves. Hey, bro, hey, T, I heard you a good dude. Here go me. Here go me right here. Mm-hmm. That's the code we live by. That's the code we live back where we came from. It wasn't offensive for men to be, just like you go in a club and you see them patting people down.
Yes, sir.
You like to see that because you feel you safe.
Yes, sir.
When you go on a compound and you see them checking paperwork, you're like, oh, I like it here.
Yes,
I like it here.
Yeah.
Oh, this thorough right here. This the place to be right here. That's just the type of atmosphere men like to be in.
Yes, sir.
Just
Correct.
like you want to make sure ain't nobody got no guns in the club, in them penitentiaries. When you see men changing paperwork, you're like, oh, this is a stand-up joint right here.
Yes, sir.
We shouldn't have to ask you for your paperwork. Real men lead with their paperwork.
That's
because
right.
we know the atmosphere.
They drops it on the bed.
They know the atmosphere we in.
Yes, sir.
It's too tricky and it's too shiesty in the feds. We know what we up against.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
know
sir.
the type of games the feds. We ain't waiting for nobody to ask us for our paperwork. You see
No,
what I'm
sir.
saying? So when I hear all this stuff, this talk about who told and who not told, just the fact that it's being talked about,
Yes, sir.
it's disgusting to me.
It's disgusting to me too.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
It's like even talking to me about some telling stuff. It's like, man, who talk like that? Man, I don't talk like what? That's beneath men.
Yes, sir.
It's clear and solidified on how I live my life and what I stand for.
And what's understood.
You
don't
ain't
need
never
to be
gonna mix
explained.
me up with nothing like that. That's why I was away from my family and my mother and my children for 24 years. Because that's the stand I take. And that's why we brothers, because we gravitated to other men
Yes,
that
sir.
take them type of stands.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? That's why the guys that
Yes, sir.
who we call our brothers now,
Uh-huh.
is the same guys that stood like we stand today.
We just voicing it right
You know what I'm
now.
saying? We representing the same type of brothers that's out here
Yes,
that
sir.
believe in the same type of principles that we believed in. That is the glue that glue us together.
And it's one more thing that
Come on. Probably
That-
more than one. Go ahead.
it's probably is a little
Go
more.
ahead, Shug.
But
Come on.
the fact that he canceled the show,
Right.
Power,
Right.
and Lil Meech, was one of the actors in there.
Right.
Which I Power or BMF. Damn, why I say Power?
Yeah, BMF.
Yeah, I be getting them mixed up. Right. I ain't really into near one of them, but you know.
But you here? We on the we on these interviews. We on these waves. We on these waves. We here.
We here. That's
our ear to the grounds of what's going on.
But the thing
That's
is,
about this snitching shit.
I can kind of understand that. At first, I looked at it like, damn, man, why you kick the young brother off?
Right.
Then I thought about it. You on the set with me? You on the set with me and you drop my, hey, he here, drop my location. He can't have that around. You didn't call somebody a name, gave a person a title like that, a snitch.
It's up there.
It's up.
If I ain't no snitch, I'm coming for you.
Period.
That's right. That's the rule of thumb.
You know,
that's the rule of thumb. That's the rule of thumb.
That's law.
Let's talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of understand that. I see a lot of people disagree with that or got their opinions towards that. But hey, I can't have you around me. You easily drop the location.
And
right.
see, and this
hey, we right here, right now.
That's right. It makes sense. That's clear to me. You know, and see the thing. I mean, when I hear people talking about it, I ain't gonna lie to it. It's trauma for us, man. Because
just to even think I'm in that type of.
A large portion of our bit, man, and I know we from the same cloth, we walk the same type of path. A large portion of our bit was spent checking paperwork and making sure that the joints that we had to live in was safe and
the
clear.
men around us.
That was our responsibility.
Yeah, yes,
because
sir.
the last thing you want to do is line up with some guys. And who knows what can happen when you line up with individuals. It didn't happen. It didn't happen when we didn't been in group pictures. Then went to had to clash with other guys, and then you get to another joint after you get in shipment, they come out that one of the guys that you stood back to back for wasn't who they was. Ain't no feeling like that. Ain't no feeling like that. Ain't no feeling like being front line with an individual, potentially putting your life at risk. Not just that. Tell another guy, because once you clear somebody, you clean it to the whole compound.
That's right.
Because when a compound be like, sure, dude official, you say he official.
Yes, sir.
Mac, you say dude official,
yes,
he
sir.
official. Slim, you say homie cool, Slim said he cool.
And that's what it was.
So when you get to another joint and some paperwork outside of what the individual was able to produce comes out in another
form of fashion, but it's paperwork though.
Right, it's paperwork.
It's paperwork.
So you made the best decision you could with the paperwork you had access to.
That's right.
And when you get to another joint, another individual
got something else.
Probably the victim, most likely the victim, the person
that's in his part of his case too.
It's probably the individual that was on the short end of the telling, other snitching.
Yes, sir.
Comes to you and coming to you out of respect, like, man, you was on the compound, woo out the bam. And here you talking highly of the dude that damaged him.
Yeah.
He like
man, read this, bro.
Man, read this, bro.
Right there.
See what I'm talking about? How many times that happened, bro?
Man.
How many times that it happened?
What?
I remember one time, I'm trying to think. Was you there with the tall, light-skinned dude?
Which one?
That kept getting into it?
Wait, what was it?
He was from Chicago.
Tall, light-skinned, so many.
Light-skinned, tall dude. Anyway, he kept getting into stuff with everybody.
Right.
But he came in on Chicago time.
Right.
He wasn't,
What was that?
That was suspicious to me
What
from
was
day
that,
one.
Though, Short?
I don't think
because he wasn't there that long.
It was either Yazoo or Beaumont.
Oh no, yeah.
I think it was Beaumont though.
You ain't talking about the dude with the dreads in the kitchen. You ain't talking about that one.
No, with the no. But anyway. So what he was doing, he kept stirring up stuff with little dudes around the compound.
Don't they all?
They'd come back, holler at me like, man, your homie, man.
Right.
And like I say, he was just on Chicago time.
Right.
And I'm like, man, I'm gonna talk to him. Man, the man did so much. The people went over there to the law library, pulled his name up, and found all that stuff. I say, man.
Ain't no
I say, hold up, man.
Ain't no worse feeling than
you got me around here taking up for you, and talking to dudes for you, and your shit is not right.
See what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm saying?
See what I'm talking about?
I'm gonna give you the opportunity to be straight up with me.
Right.
Be straight up with me. Tell me if I decide to talk to you still, I talk to you. If I don't, hey.
Yeah, because we in a situation
that up.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not finna be, speaking up for you, and you know what I'm saying? You running around here doing all that. You need to fall back.
Right.
Because for one, you really don't supposed to be here.
Period.
But at the same time, the man still lied to me. I'm like, man, don't talk to me no more out here. You know?
And see, when you talk like that, that's one thing, now that we looking back in retrospect, one thing I noticed about the guys that portrayed to be official and then was discovered to be unofficial, if they could have just laid back, they would have made it. That's what it taught me. They ain't gonna never. Them be the dudes that get men into it.
Yeah.
They don't sit back. Traditionally, them type of dudes that are discovered to be not who they said they was, had they just laid back, they would have never be discovered. But it's I don't know if it's irresistible. They can't resist the urge. I don't know what the situation is, but they don't lay back.
They don't lay back.
They don't lay back.
They always put their hand on the burn.
They don't lay back. They got to be the loudest.
Let me tell you why.
Go ahead, talk to me.
Because whatever's in the wash comes out in the rinse.
But why they don't just chill?
What's in the dark always coming in the light. I don't know. I can't speak on it. I do not know. But you're so right about that.
Why they don't just chill?
Just chill so ones won't be enlightened.
So check this out.
Go ahead.
You know how you guys were saying off camera how when stuff like this arrives, say with 50 Cent and the Meech situation, how the news media bring experts in to talk about who knows about the federal system.
Exactly.
Now you have podcasters and people like that bringing in notable podcasters who really don't know about the system. What y'all think about that? You know what I'm saying? The Watch 100s, the Adams 22s,
That don't know. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
As well
they
as
just
TMZ and places like that who really don't know the federal system, and you guys have firsthand knowledge. Why you guys are not being called, you know what I'm saying, on these particular shows and give y'all expert opinion about the situation.
It's the same reason why, like you look at the Big and the Tupac, content, controversy, sales.
Yeah.
If they was interested in getting the truth, they'll be finding us.
They'll be finding us.
They'll be finding us. They'll be finding dudes with federal experience. Like we just said, brother just had life sentence, been litigating for 24 years, and successfully through litigation made it back to his family. You know what I'm saying? Litigating for 24 years, made it successfully back to his family. Yeah, they don't want the truth.
And the crazy part, it's a bunch of us out here.
And they don't want the truth,
everywhere.
They don't want us.
If they really want to know the truth,
they can get us on the podcast.
They know how to ask the right questions. Instead of just throwing something out there and keeping this going on.
That's what they want, because it's sale.
But yeah, I agree.
It's sale. It's sale. They want, because the truth's simple.
That's
paperwork,
right.
when we in the joint, man, listen, don't talk to me. I ain't said you hot. This paperwork says you hot. What are we talking about, man? You don't straighten no paperwork out with no talk. First of all, how many little brothers you had to check for trying to put something like that out there? You don't do that to nobody. In the big or small order meeting, you don't do that. You don't make no accusations about nobody.
You bring the evidence
about no paperwork.
No, sir.
That's law.
That's law.
That's law inside the penitentiary. We don't make no accusations about nobody. Big, small, known, unknown.
Yes,
we don't
sir.
do that.
You don't do
that. How many times you had to check young brothers for trying to make an accusation about somebody being hot without no black and white?
Well, I'm gonna have to speak up.
Go ahead.
You got young and old dudes like that.
Right.
Because a lot of old dudes that was stuck in their ways be doing the same thing. You know, they be in there sometimes. They have some bad days.
Exactly.
Some have even more. But the whole thing about it, you gotta have something in black and white.
Okay, so
I'm saying if somebody was to say this, somebody was to call me a snitch, I'm gonna show my paperwork how I got out.
Period.
Okay,
because, and then after that, it is what it is.
Right.
You know, one of us lying.
Period. Right.
I'm proving I'm not lying.
Right. Period.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So
you have to substantiate your claim.
Yeah.
Where is that?
So what I'm saying is, okay, so mainly what I'm saying, okay, so dealing with this 50 Cent and dealing with this Big Meech thing, right?
Right.
Okay, so what I'm getting at that it's a percentage of people saying that Meech ain't hot, and then there's a percentage of people that's saying that, man, he is hot. And then this one is a certain percentage too that's in the gray area that's saying, man, he didn't do it.
Tell the people what hot mean, because that's a jail
Man, that's
term.
why Dad.
Break down hot.
Yeah, cooperation with the government. Any way to get any type of reduction
Right, that's hot.
of sentence.
That don't mean you fly.
That don't mean you fly.
That don't mean you lit. You got drip.
Listen to what I'm saying. Y'all listen to so you can understand. So one's gonna understand.
Because the hot, you ain't drip.
It's not hot. That don't mean drip. That don't mean. I'm meaning on legally, paperwork wise. If you have a reduction of sentence by the government that is up under certain rules, come on, that's either up under Rule 35 or 5K1.
Right.
You are considered a snitch.
What about statements? Because you said reduction. No. You said reduction.
No, statements too. Cause
that's okay.
No.
How many guys have made statements and then get reduction and thought they wasn't hot because they didn't get no reduction?
Because they didn't get no reduction for the statement. But you made the statement.
You tried. Right, and then get no time cut. You made a statement trying to get some time cut. And then didn't get the time. I didn't give me nothing.
And check that out. That paperwork is in the court.
Right.
It's in somebody's files.
Right.
Your proffer.
Right.
Whatever you try to do. Now, let me just say something. Let me just take the mic just 1 minute.
Man, take two.
Let me just say this.
Go ahead.
Okay. We understand that we from the street.
Talk to us now.
We understand, we'll try to wiggle and diggle our way out the police car.
Man.
You know, just to get away from the police at the time.
To get them cuffs off.
Get the cuffs off. You know what it is, Joe.
Hold on now. I know you ain't talking about no. What's that boy name? Woody.
Woody.
These dudes went viral, man.
Woody went viral here, though.
Man.
What I'm saying, though.
I know you ain't talking about no
man. Him and whoever.
Listen, bro. I just want to keep it 100, bro. We ain't from the suburb. We from out west. You know what I'm saying? We from the low end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when we get in that back car, we get caught with that motherfucking gin ass back in the day. You know what I'm saying? We gonna say just about anything. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about when we get up in them courts, though. When we get before the FBI.
And that office, and that separation.
And that separation is you and him, and he. You know what you said. That's when we separate the men from the boys. I'm just gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? We always, we got that little mystery in our jacket. You know what I'm saying? Police dry slide on us, man. Joe's packet was over there, over there, man. We just said anything out that car.
That thing gonna be in your discovery.
Yeah,
it's gonna be in there.
Yeah.
The police is, you know the feds dirty. They going to retrieve any statement, any file from the police station. They gonna come for you now.
Let me just say this too. Let me just say this one more thing before I take y'all pass the mic from me.
Man, talk.
Snitches is not safe with the federal government. They putting you out there. Cause they know when you get on a yard, don't forget though, the federal government is built like this. You got the pen, you got the FCIs, you got, you know what I'm saying, go down like that. Now, you may get away at a low, you know what I'm saying, with the wiggle and diggle, you know what I'm saying. You may get away at some FCI, but get up that top, boy. You're going to separate the men from the boy, but they got wiggles and diggles up there too, boy. I seen some cold-blooded niggas going on y'all. He done told everybody. I done seen the paperwork. You know he a good dude, so you got to be careful. You got to be careful, bro.
You know what, man? And listening to all the stuff going back and forth on the internet, I say it's trauma because, you know, the guys that check the paperwork, we like the boogeyman's on the compound.
We like the boogeyman. That's what I did.
We the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? I done had dude, man, they told me you at me. I said, man, you ain't nobody. How is checking paperwork at you? How is I'm at you because I'm checking paperwork for us? Mm-hmm. You admitting something wrong with you right there. How's I'm at you?
That's right.
You see what I'm talking about? As I'm enlightening the guys to who. We might have got put on a low compound where the paperwork wasn't being pushed like we was pushing it at the mediums of the pen.
That's right.
But it was a law. The guys know who the guys is, and they want to know who official, who unofficial.
That's right.
Like, man, the buddy ain't know nothing, buddy ain't know nothing. We over here, buddy ain't know nothing, buddy ain't know nothing. Mm-hmm. So dude, man, he had me. Man, go on and get out of my face with that old goofy ass shit, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm putting the business. The guys gonna know who is and who ain't.
That's right.
Period.
That's
you
right.
should just be quiet and be happy. You own
But
the
they
compound.
always talk, though.
You
they, bro.
own the compound.
They
They always and make you out to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
That make you be out the bad just because you upholding a principle and a system that the men inside the system where we from that believe how we believe instituted to keep us safe and make sure that we wasn't letting them guys that play them games get up amongst us and have men crashing with men and have men trying to get home to their family that stood like men, get back to their family when they supposed to get back and not with no extra time or not dead defending no sucker. You see what I'm talking about? That's why we implemented, you know what I'm saying, the law of screening everybody. Man, okay, you got 30 days to get it in. You know what I'm saying? You know what we need. Get that. Here go a little care package. You got 30 days to get that in there. The dudes that weren't literate, man, give me your name. They gonna send it. We gonna get it sent to you.
We'll get it sent to you.
We gonna get it sent. Go in that library.
Make sure, yes sir. Make sure you
Buddy
get
them.
that to them.
Go see Buddy them.
Yes sir.
They in the library.
Yeah.
Like some hyenas. You know what I'm saying?
Yes sir.
Scraping through it all day. You know what I'm saying? Going through that paperwork. And with a fine
Yes, sir.
fine comb. They going
Yeah.
through it. So I say it's trauma because when I'm seeing people going on the internet and I know they exploiting it. But hearing them talk about paperwork, it's like post PTSD.
Yeah.
Because we had to kind of like oversee the guys.
Right.
Our bit could have been a little bit more less stressful. Like I said, we was the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? You could have been sitting down peaceful, and the guy, every time, hey, get the paperwork. He said, man, go call dude. We gotta stop everything. You in the chapel, gotta come out the chapel, you gotta come out the library. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody that's trying to, you see what I'm saying, try their hand.
Right.
And the guys that's in play to handle that business, we had to be burdened with that responsibility and the tension and the stress that came along with it. So that's why just seeing it play out and knowing that they playing games just for views and for whatever reason, whether they playing like they with a person or playing like I know they ain't for the truth, like what the brother just said. We know these podcast guys that's giving youngsters to get up there and fight and do all type of clown stuff. They giving them checks flying them to California, giving them 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 just to come sit on the podcast and talk about nothing. You got real men that just got to return home. You know what I'm saying? Get them on your podcast and let them enlighten you to how the feds work. Let them enlighten you to all the tricks of the trade.
Yeah, who pushed the line for real?
Right, who pushed the line for real?
Who pushed that line for
Let
real?
them
Let's talk about that.
Like you go bring experts in to explain anything else that's a hot topic.
Yes, sir.
We the experts when it come to knowing how it really go inside the federal government, the federal institution, how the trial go, how you fight your case, how the feds come at you, the tricks that the guys that's playing like they real play. We know that intimately. We wish we didn't know it, but we know it.
Yeah.
We know it well.
I mean, we had no other choice.
We had no other choice.
We had no other choice but to learn.
Coalition too.
Yeah, and with the coalition, hands down, we was the vanguards to pushing that. There's no other car inside the federal system that consistently, joint for joint, instituted screening paperwork check.
That's right. That stood on it.
Okay, this is what I want to ask you.
Go ahead.
Each one of y'all opinion. As far as this 50 Cent and Meech stuff, what's the most troubling part about it for each one of y'all? Individually. Short, you go first.
Like I said, mine was two parts. If somebody put a title on you and call you something like that, the easiest thing to do is, here go my opinion this judge just sent me to straighten it out. To straighten it, this how I got my reduction. Now, if you got a reduction through a third party, you still got knowledge of that. You had knowledge because they had to come see you. So you got knowledge of that.
Right.
Whatever the case is,
Period.
I ain't said nothing, I ain't did nothing.
Period.
Here go my opinion.
Period.
And that'll be cool. And the second thing was, at first I was thinking about, like, damn, he canceled that little show.
Right.
Kicking the little son in it. But after thinking about it, can't have you around me. That's your pops. You drop my location, anything. You know what I'm saying? I can't have you
Gotta
around.
go.
You know?
Gotta go. Slim, what about you?
Man, the main thing that caught me, man, when Meech looked like he was a goofy. He get up. You remember he got up on there and said, This chump said, I'm not finna let nobody trick me off the street because of such. Man, show your paperwork. If your paperwork will tell everybody what it is. This is what we going through. I'm amused on why you saying you ain't gonna let nobody trick you off the street. The main thing is throughout the system. When ones produce you hot and they ain't got the paperwork, it's gonna be held accountable on them. Yeah. The world is saying meet you hot. Man, you ain't got to be hot by you getting on no stand.
Right.
You ain't got to be hot by you making a profit yourself to the government.
Right.
But you got a reduction of sentence. How? Right. That's what we need to concentrate on, bro. Don't get it twisted. It's tricks to this shit. It's levels to the federal government. Right. That was the number one. The number two thing is that I wanted to say that is blowing my mind is, I'm on a double-edged sword with this right here. Meech, and he got his son. You know Meech, he got his son. I don't know if I would have switched ships on my old man, good or the bad.
That's just that's that new stuff that's out here.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's
wait, what you mean by switching ship?
Well, you know, he with this dude, they said he with this buddy over here. And then, you know what I'm saying, they canceled the show on some, I don't know what type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, but...
We switch sides with somebody now? I'm not...
I guess, this is what I'm hearing, he with what's that boy down in Florida?
Rick Ross?
Rick Ross, right. the goofy, you know, that's
why he ain't got no choice now. Right. His hands was for it.
Right. He got nowhere else to go.
Okay.
You can't come back around me, so you ain't got no other choice. Might as well go hang with who your father hanging with.
Oh, okay.
That's all you got left now.
That makes sense.
So that makes sense to me.
Well, okay.
My biggest thing is just the exploitation of it when it's so simple. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I started earlier. I'm saying like we did 24 years, man, and I haven't seen it. Could be, but in 24 years, I've just never seen real men being accused of being a rat.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Two things it could happen. You know, there's always exception to the rule. You know what I'm saying? But watching people go back and forth like over somebody being hot or somebody being gay, like whoa. Who do that? Wait, whoa. Where we from? We them guys for what, man?
Yes, sir.
You know, how do rumors like that come up? Oh, how do a rumor on you being a rat happen? How a rumor of you being a fat? Usually where there's smoke, there's fire.
It's no question.
You see what I'm saying? I don't see. It's some instances where you got big cases. Yeah. You got a bunch of different people. You know, big conspiracies, and I guess. Yeah, and then the dudes be talking about who told on me and they told on me. I done seen instances where half the case took pleas and a couple of guys on the case fought, and I done saw stuff like that where he said something about me and I said I was guilty. He said I won. I done seen it like that, but I just in all the years I done been down,
you ain't never seen a real man saying he hot.
And right, and then watching these guys with these podcasts, they don't know nothing about Fed time and the pressure that come with Fed time. You know what I'm saying? They're exploiting the federal situation, and they don't know nothing about this, man.
Nothing.
You don't know nothing about this Fed time. Just be offering no expert advice because the way they said do it on the news or what you Googling, that's the way the Feds that y'all see how it go. You don't know the tricks. If the Feds been tricking, they didn't trick Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. These the people that got them, that assassinated them. You know what I'm saying? Had cribs bugged and threatened them to kill. They said, we talking about these people here.
Correct.
We talking about these people. We talking about the games they played in the 60s.
Yeah.
You think they strategy and they techniques ain't more advanced with time?
In 2020.
You trying to tell me you think the same people that done killed our greatest leaders with they tricks and they plays and they wires and turning him against him?
Trickery.
And I'm talking about you trying to tell me y'all that naive to think everything. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. You got to leave some type of room.
Yes,
like, man,
sir.
okay, this say this, but I ain't in the feds. And I know the feds is the feds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got to humble myself to some experts.
Yes, sir.
Enlighten me. You just come out of there.
Yeah.
You've been fighting for 25 years. Are they tactics and strategies that the Fed use that we might be in the dark about? That's how an intelligent person that might be in front of the mic and got access to millions of views should be coming if they true and truthfully about trying to find the truth of the matter.
That's right.
They got to leave some type of room for them being ignorant and in the dark to this when they on the outside looking in. They got to humble themselves like, man, hey man, what we missing? Is something going on? Like, this the Feds. You done watched enough movies to know the Feds, they get they man.
Yes, sir.
You done watched enough movies to know that the Feds move how they want to move. You know what I'm saying? We came in the system in the early 2000s and paperwork was able to, when they found how we would put pressure in the paperwork and requesting PSI, they started acting like they started having the institutions take it out the property. You know what I'm saying? They start blocking us. They saw we putting our lick down to get the paperwork in, and they started working from the other end to block what we was doing to get the paperwork checked. And that was just the beginning.
The internet killed them though. See, remember first?
And they shut that down, and we started going. We had the phone going in, getting.
You remember at first? It was just books.
Yeah,
books.
Yeah, and then books.
What the internet? It was just books. We had to
Come
go
on.
down and read a person case who came out
And research it.
Research it.
What the internet do is live.
That's what the internet fuck people up, boy. Over there.
It's quick.
Yeah,
Quick.
quick.
It's quick.
Boy, it wasn't no more 30 days. You got your paperwork now, bro.
And
You
it's
got
unemotional.
You got four, 5 days, bro.
So what I would do is bring this home.
Go ahead, bro.
Because we don't want to create something that people don't get the message. And we just started going on and on and on about the same thing. The final opinion, you know,
Yeah, wrap it up.
what you have seen. Is it paperwork that's out there? Have they produced it? Or is it just allegations? And we're going to go
They
to him and then we're going to end it with you. Sure.
Well, okay.
I'm kicking it up.
Yeah.
Well, I had it because, like you said, when they being a paperwork guy, I had jumped on one thing and they had posted paperwork. So immediately I just clicked on it and moved it up. I was like, man, this paperwork, this paperwork just to see anybody name. That's like, and we paperwork, we legal beagles when it comes to that. And I ain't nothing to brag about, but when you got your life on, when you put your life on the line for an individual, when you in that joint, your spider senses you get to be a legal beagle because it's a lot of riding on you, riding with a person, putting your life on a person, your name. Because when the dudes from other coasts, from the West Coast, from the East Coast, different cars be like, Mac, he official. That mean you done signed off on that. That make you know what I'm saying, a legal beagle. So I done seen paperwork. I ain't been zooming in to it, but I'm just a little bit, I don't really know. Just the fact that, like I tell you, just the fact that this paperwork with your name in floating around, and I mean, and man, I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like the people that's even attempted to breaking it down with no experience. That's breaking that's discouraging to me, and it's trauma to me, and it's almost like disrespectful to the men that was forced to do this for real. You know what I'm saying? All the trauma that we had to endure with the paperwork and the hot stuff and running people out compounds and look, we got dudes right now on the street from where we from. We ain't got to talk about nobody else. I'm gonna talk about our own personal situation. Right now to this day, coming from Chicago, being a part of the guys. Okay. We got right now in the world, you got individuals that's operating in suspicious capacities. You know what I'm talking about? Period. We gonna leave it at that. And it ain't just a one. There's a lot of guys out there operating in suspicious capacities. Unclear suspicious capacities. So I don't even really look at them. That's to me some entertainment stuff. 50 and Buddy, that's like entertainment to me. You understand? But when you start talking about paperwork, come on, man, go get somebody that know that before you start talking about that. You see what I'm talking about? We know this thing for real, and we know it's real life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just discouraging for me to see people that's not qualified to even attempt to try to break down, interpret, and be spokesperson for something they know not. You know what I'm saying?
So,
go ahead.
So I want to give some experience on my knowledge of the paperwork. So this is very knowledgeable. And when it comes from a person of high standards, I'm not tooting my horn of myself, your word is like law in the penitentiary. You dig what I'm saying? Even though the paperwork, you may not have the paperwork in your hand, and a person that has a prestigious persona about itself, and if he say that brother right there is fucked up, 9 times out of 10, that brother is fucked up. His word gonna be law. Now, what I'm finna demonstrate is, it was 2010. I was coming out the penitentiary.
Oh.
I was coming out the penitentiary in 2010. Had a chance with a life sentence going to a FCI, which was Greenville FCI. And this is facts what I'm about to tell y'all. This is facts. I stand on truth.
Right.
I stand on truth. I go to Greenville. My co-defendant is down there. I ain't gonna mention no names, but this is facts. Same. My co-defendant, I can mention his name. His name is Eric Holly. Mm-hmm. He introduced me to a guy that was Meech co-defendant. You hear what I say?
Say that then.
And just because of who I am, because I come on the yard, they know my standard. They know what type of dude I was. Everybody gravitated to me. Everybody put, you know what I'm saying, they paperwork on it. Man, I'm a stand-up dude.
Right,
even though, and the ones that weren't stand-up, they went that way, and the guys that was stand-up dudes gravitated toward me. But don't forget, I'm coming out the penitentiary with the penitentiary mindset. If you hot, get the fuck away from me. Right. You dig what I'm saying? But that's another story.
Say that.
I'm going to tell y'all this off of my experience.
Come on.
What I done.
Land that plane. Let's go.
Big Meech co-defendant came to me and put their paperwork on my bed, and I read it myself. Dealing with the brawl, setting dudes up, explaining how the Mexican do this and all type of stuff. I can't say word for word, but this is paperwork I read for myself. Did I get a copy? No. You dig what I'm saying? But I read that in 2010, bruh. I knew Meech was where it's smoke is fire.
Come on, man.
Now I had got in a jail with the guys down there dealing with paperwork in Greenville. They shipped us, you know what I'm saying? We get into it with the guys, you know what I'm saying? They shipped us. And when I get back into the penitentiary, because they kicked me back into the penitentiary, I go to Victorville. This was the talk of the BOP going through Oklahoma, going, Big Meech hot. I been knew that. Right. I knew that already. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't have the paperwork. But this the rule of thumb with guys, stand-up guys, you don't say a nigga hot unless you got the paperwork.
Right.
You got to have the paperwork. It's gonna go all around the penitentiary, the nigga hot. But if you ain't got the paperwork, it'd be best for you not to say nothing.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be best. But it's out now, me. Man, I'm just saying. It's out. What you say, it's out. Shit.
What mark is that?
It's out.
Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it on up.
Yeah.
I mean, best thing to do, bottom line, hey, just to kill everything, show how you get out.
Man, P.
That kill everything.
Kill everything.
Either way it go, it's gonna kill it.
Come on.
Kill it.
Either way. People know if they want to deal with you, you give them an opportunity. If they want to deal with you, they deal with you. If they don't want to deal with you, you weren't dealing with them in the first place. You ain't dealt with them in 20-something years.
And then let me say something before you
know?
You know what I didn't like too? Well, 50 did too, man. 50, nigga, you knew the nigga was fucked up, nigga. Then you don't goddamn and kick his ass up on the bus at the end of the motherfucking road, man. Come on, man.
I mean, that was.
Yeah, but he wasn't supposed to do that, man. You knew he was hot from the gate, Joe. What you got there? You can't get no money from him. You already up in there.
Wait.
Okay,
you brought this up.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna let this slide.
All right, well, you know we ain't got that much time, man. But
I'm gonna
man,
let this slide.
go ahead.
But
then.
from a business point,
Right.
he ain't dealing with him eventually. He wasn't dealing with him allegedly from the beginning.
Okay.
He was dealing with the girl.
Right.
Of course, the girl put him up on game. He already knew.
Okay.
So allegedly, he had ammunition.
Okay.
I got this man right. This man is up here.
Okay.
So let me produce this and get this money off this.
But he knew
Hold
him
on.
from the game,
He
though.
wasn't dealing with him personally. He made him talk to his son.
Yeah.
He ain't dealing with him personally. And like I say, let me know what you is.
What you is, right.
Let me
Come
know
from
what
down
you
there.
is. Let me decide if I want to have some type
That's
of
right.
talks with you, business with you.
Right.
on legitimate side.
Because
but
what?
If I don't know what you is, I don't want you coming around me.
Because for real, this the old saying. And I want to say it. I want to say my old head baby. Shout out to baby. You know what it is.
You know.
Baby said, "God damn it, man, Slim, fuck that shit." He said, "Man, we all got hot friends."
You don't know who you dealing
Baby
with.
said, "We all got hot friends." I said, "Okay,
we all got jobs right now, right?
Yeah.
Do we know everybody?
Nope.
Yeah,
Right.
nope.
Right.
We don't know who around.
You don't know who around.
And the way things
That's right.
going now, it could be your best friend that you done been with for 40 years.
Yep.
Turn around and got something on.
Yep.
You know, so
Yep.
you just don't know. But
Man.
when you have it and you
what it
have
is.
some knowledge,
Yeah.
you
Right.
let it play for your advantage.
That's right. That's right.
That's
Play
just
to your-
In
not
closing
checking.
words,
We playing chess. Hey,
Chess, not checkers.
We playing chess. We playing chess. You know what I'm saying? Some people in the niggas in the world, they play checkers. But hey, to each his own. Man, just watch your circle. Love who love you. Teach what was taught to you. You dig what I'm saying? What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong.
And y'all trying to get the truth, man. Y'all got a slew of certified dudes out in the street now, man. Would love to give y'all a tour through the federal system.
Yes, sir.
You know, and explain to y'all a lot of these things y'all got completely wrong. Y'all completely in the dark about. You know what I'm saying? It'll be our honor, you know what I'm saying, to flex our experience, our living experience, and show y'all a lot of things that you can't learn from the outside.
No, sir.
Unfortunately.
That's it. And we apologize once again. We said we put our hands up. Hey, Mac, did we put our hands up?